One day every knee shall bow before God's throne while the work of man shall crumble. Towers of arrogance will fall. Monuments to vanity will turn to dust. This is not a prophecy but a promise. It is the inevitable fate of all that is built without God. The story of the Tower of Babel stands as a stark reminder of this truth. Long ago, the earth was corrupt in God's sight and filled with violence. Genesis chapter 6 verses 5 to 7 tells us, "The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. The Lord regretted that he had made human beings on the earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. So the Lord said, I will wipe from the face of the earth the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground. For I regret that I have made them." Mankind had strayed from grace, their hearts hardened against the divine. And so begins the tale of Babel. Genesis chapter 11 verses 1 to 9 recounts how humanity, now unified in language and purpose, migrated eastward to the land of Shinar. There, on a plain, they conceived a plan born of hubris. "Come," they said to one another, "let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They yearned to construct a city, a monument to their own ingenuity, with a tower that would pierce the very heavens. Their ambition knew no bounds. The people had forgotten the lessons of the flood. Their ancestors had faced God's wrath, yet this generation repeated the mistakes of the past. They sought not to honor God but to make a name for themselves. Their tower was a symbol of defiance, a rejection of their dependence on the divine. They believed their strength lay in their unity and their own hands. Section 5. The Confusion of Tongues. God observed their arrogant endeavor. He saw their hearts filled not with faith, but with pride and self-reliance. He knew that their unity, misdirected and poisoned by such ambition, would only lead them further from him. So God intervened. He descended upon the earth and confused their language so that they could no longer understand each other. Section 6. Babel, a legacy of discord. The name Babel itself speaks volumes. Derived from the Hebrew verb balal, it means to confuse or to confound. The once unified people, now unable to communicate, abandoned their ambitious project. They scattered across the earth, divided by their tongues, their dreams of reaching heaven left unfulfilled. The tower, a stark reminder of their folly, stood incomplete. Section 7. Echoes of Babel in the modern age. Look around and you will see echoes of Babel in our own time. We are a world divided by language, by culture, by ideology. Walls of misunderstanding separate us. We build our own towers of ambition, often at the expense of others and of our planet. We strive for success, for recognition, often forgetting the needs of our fellow human beings. Section 8. The importance of humility and understanding. The story of Babel is a cautionary tale. It reminds us that true strength lies not in our own abilities, but in our relationship with God. It teaches us the importance of humility, of understanding, of compassion. It urges us to tear down the walls that divide us and to seek common ground. Section 9. Seeking unity, finding God. The lesson of Babel is not a condemnation of ambition or progress. It is a call to remember our place in the grand scheme of creation. It is a reminder that our endeavors, however grand, should be grounded in humility and guided by a desire to serve something greater than ourselves. Let us strive not to build towers that reach for a distant heaven, but to create a world where heaven touches earth. A world united in love, compassion, and understanding, for in seeking true unity with each other, we may yet find our way back to God.